What's up guys, and welcome to another episode of El Jardín Perdido. Today, I'm going to show you how to extend the life of your brassicas. Alright, so I'm in the deep south, 9A, Houston, Texas, and one thing I've noticed throughout the years is that I could not hang on to kales or collards for the life of me. It's one thing when things take off and bolt, like say broccoli and stuff like that, but the only thing that I've ever had survive through a summer are tree collards, and even those are kind of hit or miss. Maybe it's just the biome of this environment changing as time's gone on. I've been doing this for like 6 years here, but one thing I've noticed is they get absolutely demolished, but I have found a loophole. So looking at this kale here, it's pretty clearly illustrated that some caterpillars, you know, they call them cabbage worms sometimes, different things, and there are different pests that get to them, but this was earlier in the season, and this is just a few weeks of growth after applying my dirty little secret. It does look like I may still have some aphids on here, but yeah, it's still struggling a little bit. Kale, I wouldn't expect to do as well as the brassica. I'll show you in a little bit. All right, so I eat a lot of collards, and by the look of things, I can tell I may have to do another application. Although these bites look a little bigger, they may be from a knoll lizards or something like that, but it's not nearly as bad as it was, and the tender shoots look fairly good. But yeah, this is the same story. This is how the entire thing looked, like Swiss cheese, basically skeletonized by a bunch of little caterpillars that took over. So I'm not affiliated in any manner, but I am just being transparent and showing you the one that I've been using by Captain Jack's, I don't know. But my thing here is, you guys know if you tune in that I'm holistic. I don't use any pesticides or anything like this. So this is just BT, which is short for bacteria thuringiensis. But basically it's harmful to certain insects, completely safe for pets and humans. Bacteria is all around us. Bacteria can do both good and bad things to humans. So same thing applies here. And based on the application and kind of seeing what I've done here, I'd say you can spray these pretty much every 2 weeks. I think it's been 3 weeks and I'm starting to see some bites and stuff. And I've used this on a few things around the garden. If I see webworms, which are really bad this year, my mulberries have been taken over. And I think what happens is if they mature, they'll start making it to other things. So you got to get them early. So in the past, I'd eradicated them physically. I had goats. I would just prune everything heavy, throw it all in the goat pen. I'll show you over here in a sec, but some of my mulberries have really taken off. Not so much this one in the front yard, but I have a few in the back that are upwards of 30 feet that I need to prune. But they were getting up in the top of there, and my grapevine was just starting to get attacked. And I don't know if it was the mature webworms, but some kind of caterpillar was having its way. They basically get skeletonized every time the temperature gets above like 90. So I've been physically eradicating them because they're bigger. But yeah, some of these like cabbage worms and stuff, they're almost impossible because they're all over the place and so small and hiding under leaves. So yeah, just a spray, you know, maybe every 2 weeks should have you set. Usually for eradicating pests, I like to do it physically, but I think neem oil is one of the only things I'd use other than BT. I'm really minimal with that. The other factor here is I'm pushing the growing zone in a sense, like I always do, but kales and brassicas in general, most people down here would say season's up, pull them out. But you know, if you can help it, I'd like to extend that a little bit. All right guys, well, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I just wanted to pass something along to you. If this is your first time tuning in, consider subscribing. Hitting the like also helps the algorithm. I do lots of informative content like this, as far as gardening, a little bit of livestock, all sorts of stuff like permaculture. All right guys, well, that's gonna do it for today's video. As always, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.